of information of the body. I will be reading from Deuteronomy, Leviticus, and Isaiah, and it reads, "In the morning thou shalt say, Would power it were even, and at even thou shalt say, Would power it were morning. For the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Now, just the other day, I had a family member come to me and say, "I wish it was evening and it was in the morning, so our spirit bears witness to the word." And we know that the house of Israel were brought back into Egypt, or the house of bondage, with slave ships, and no man has saved us ever since. Now let's continue. "The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish." All these diseases are pursuing a certain group of minority in the United States. Even though we're spread it abroad, I'm focusing on the demographics of the United States. It's mainly the minority that's suffering from these types of informations. Now, I would like to focus on diabetes, and I have two charts here. I have two charts here that represents the populations by their ethnicity. Now, if you look at the first chart, you will see that the black line, it represents the so-called black female, and the second line represents the black male. All the rest, or the blue line, is the white male, and the red line is the white female, and the yellow line is the Asian male. And this is for diabetes. This is from 2010, and it's pretty up to date. And so you can see that the minority is suffering the most from diabetes. Now, if you come to it's continued, if you come to the right of the screen, you will see that the so-called Hispanics are suffering at the same rate. "And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, and he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the swine, yes, the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you." Now, our people have a lot of trouble or difficulty letting the swine go. And this is a problem for our people. Okay? What we fail to realize that, according to research, that no matter how much you clean the swine's flesh, it remains that level of toxicity in it, no matter how much you clean it or cook it. Okay? And that poison still remains in its flesh. So, adding unto the curses that the Most High has put on us. I had to bring this out also because, I had several family members say to me that, oh, I love my swine, I can't put it down. I love my bacon. I love it in the morning. And we were instructed not to eat the swine. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to substitute uh, the swine meat. Now, let's continue. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations for tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them into the nation, to Tarshish, Pul, and Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal and Avan, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Lord out of all nations, upon horses, and in chariots, and in litters, and upon mules, and swift beasts, to my holy mountain Jerusalem, saith the Lord, as the children of Israel, an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Lord. And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, saith the Lord. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain for me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain in it. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of men that have transgressed, of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. Now, this is a future prophecy that still has to be fulfilled, that the Lord is coming back with his chariots. And guess what? If you are caught consuming, if you're caught consuming the swine's flesh, you're going to be consumed with fire at the same time. So it's important that we follow these dietary laws. And if you notice, right after that, it states that he will set a sign to them that escape the nations, to Tarshish, Pul, and Lud, and Tubal, and Havan. And you notice right before that, the people were caught eating the swine's flesh. So if you're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be consumed. Period. Period. Eating things that does not apply to the Most High. And you notice that he stated that the children of Israel are going to bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Lord. In a clean vessel. This is twofold. This is talking about an actual object for carrying, and your body, your temple. Your temple is going to be clean. They're going to be cleansed. We know that the children of Israel would suffer these curses. We were given laws, statutes, and commandments. We know what to eat and what not to eat. We know that the minorities here in the United States are suffering from these curses. They have statistics of these things. And lastly, if you are caught with these abominations and disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High has set before us, you will be consumed, and you will not escape Those who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying. And